Ever heard of The Economist? This is a magazine, not only in print but also digitally available, with much information coming from what they call the ruling class or the elitist. But many of your very wealthy families support this publication, and Rothschild himself does. And what's interesting is if you look at this website, you'll see that they are constantly trying to expose human trafficking and some of the most heinous kinds of crimes. They're trying to expose it through their the section on their website for films, and they're just trying to expose different things. And if you go to their to the subscription for the magazine, you'll find that the different editions are pretty much right on track with what's going on in the world today. So right now, currently, the most current subscription is about Facebook. And what you'll see is, first I like to, one moment, I want to do this. I want to open it up. I want to show you here. This is the current edition. Epic fail. And as you can see, the F is falling, and that F is obviously the Facebook F, the font for Facebook. Now, what it says beside here, it says Facebook faces a reputational meltdown. Okay? And but if you do some searching throughout their site, you'll find that you'll get stopped, and you'll have to subscribe in order to go any deeper to be able to look any further. So we did. We subscribed because we want to know what they're thinking. And so we have learned that they are acting as though they are trying to protect, and they're very intricately working together with the United Nations. And there's this whole idea against human trafficking, and how now that the banks are working together, the financial industry is rallying together, and they're using data and following the money. It's interesting because what would happen if you followed the money when it comes to the Rothschilds, right? What would happen if you followed the money that's been laundered through the Rothschilds and their many fronts that they use? So what they do is, they're like the kettle calling the pot black. I think that's how they say it. Can't remember if I said that right or not, but it's hypocrisy. It's the epitome of hypocrisy. Okay? So let's take a look real quickly. Who supports The Economist? Well, if you come to the page for subscribers to subscribe to this subscription page here, which is actually not very expensive at all, you scroll down a little bit, you'll find down here at the bottom, under money back guarantee, if you're not completely satisfied, you will be refunded the unserved portion of your subscription. You may cancel at any time. That's pretty strong, right? Underneath this, it says, life without The Economist would be life without a global perspective. You know who said that? Dr. Eric Schmidt, executive chairman of Alphabet. Hello. That ought to get your attention. Eric Schmidt. Listen to what he says again. Life without the economist would be life without a global perspective. That's pretty strong, people. Okay? That's very strong. In my opinion, the very ones that say they want to crack down on human trafficking and the technology they want to use to do it are the very ones that are doing the human trafficking. That's right. Remember, the Lord speaks very strongly against hypocrisy, doesn't he? It's hard to believe that the very ones that seem like they're trying to do something good are the most evil. Isn't that interesting? So if you go to their YouTube page, you'll notice that the current edition of their magazine, the front cover is their header for YouTube. But if you go through their different videos here, you'll see that they act like they're trying to help, right? They act like they're trying to help, when in fact, they want you to believe that they are the answer, that they have the answer, when they're the very ones creating the problem. That's right. They are the ones that create the chaos and to bring order out of chaos. They're the ones that fund wars. They're the ones that promote and facilitate wars. But yet you go to their websites, you go to their publications, and you find that they're speaking against war. Interesting. You talk about the dialectic, right? I mean, folks, this is the epitome of what God said he hates. God hates hypocrisy. He hates it. Jesus called the Pharisees hypocrites, right? And the Pharisees in Jesus' day, they were the synagogue of Satan. Would Jesus say any different about the Rothschilds, about those that associate themselves with the Rothschilds? Isn't it interesting how their plan is to use technology, to use data, as a means to protect the citizens, to protect the global citizens? See, before it's all said and done, the whole idea will be, we are building an apparatus to make everybody safer. All you got to do is give up your freedom. All you got to do is give up your liberty. All you got to do is give up your privacy, and we'll keep you safe. Yeah. And that's not going to change, people. That is their objective, is to sell you the idea that they want to help you, that they want to protect you, that they want to help you, when they really are exploiting you. If you know anything about the synagogue of Satan, you know that they consider all those that are not Zionists, all those that are not calling themselves Jews, they consider them goyim, or cannon fodder. Now, folks, don't buy into this deception that they want to provide safety or security and peace for you at the cost of your own liberty and privacy. It's happening, people. It's happening. Now, you know that Brother Joseph is not an advocate of bearing arms. Okay? Jesus said, they that take the gun will die by the gun, or live by the sword will die by the sword. However, According to the Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights and the amendments, the Second Amendment gives the U.S. citizen the right to keep and bear arms. Well, those that are being funded today by those that are fighting against that amendment today have gone as far as saying it's time to repeal the Second Amendment. That ought to get your attention. It's time to repeal your rights. And this individual that's heading this up is none other than a retired justice under the Clinton administration. So, yeah, they've got an agenda. But you know as well as I do that the Clintons, remember that was a justice that was serving under Clinton. And remember, the Clintons are very good friends with the Rothschilds. They want you to give up your liberty. They want you to give up your guns. They want you to give up your freedom. Why? For a little safety? For a little liberty? Yeah, they'll give you a little liberty. Only what they deem for you to be worthy of as they buy up the land around you. There is a unprecedented, right now, land grab going on in the United States and across this world. A land grab. They're buying land on an alarming rate, and they're doing it privately. And they're doing it through fronts. And they're laundering money around. So nobody can trace it back to who's really doing it, who's really purchasing these pieces of land. So when they say that they're coming up with technology to be able to track trafficking or be able to actually follow the money, remember this. You'll never be able to follow their money, but they're certainly going to follow yours. Hello? They're the ones that are going to, already doing it, by the way. Rothschilds are saying there's no security in the U.S. dollar. They're leaving the U.S. dollar. They're saying you should be looking at gold. Well, the scripture says they're going to remove the gold, and they're going to throw their silver in the streets. The word remove in the scripture, when it says remove the gold, let me see if I can find that for you. The word remove means to confiscate. The people are going to throw their silver in the streets, but their gold is going to be taken from them. That's what it says. The gold shall be removed. Let me see if I can find that verse for you. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So they're going to throw their silver in the streets, but their gold is going to be removed. Who do you suppose is removing the gold? They did it before. They took all these gold coins right here in the United States, folks, in the 1930s. They were taking people's gold. They made it illegal for citizens at that time, for them to have gold coins. Now, why did they do that? Why were they taking people's gold? It says right here they're going to remove the gold. Right now the Rothschilds are saying you need to be looking at gold. Are you listening? Why is it that they want the world to go away from the dollar and go to gold? Because they're going to remove the gold. Fort Knox has no gold in it. We don't have any gold in this country right now to back the U.S. dollar. If they can get you to trust in the gold, they've got the gold. They want you to trust in the gold, people, because they control it. They've got it all. They have all the gold. There may be some out there that have got a little piece, but they've got the majority of it. Also remember, for the rebuilding of the temple, there's going to take vast amounts of gold. And they intend on rebuilding the temple. So even at 9/11, much gold went missing. A lot of gold was removed. Are you listening? All that gold was removed. That's right. And that happened before the Twin Towers came down. Just not even a few days or weeks, just before the towers came down. All that gold was removed. I'm not sure how long it was. It might have even been the same night. I don't remember what they said, but I remember hearing a report that they removed the gold before the towers came down. Why are they removing the gold? Why is there no gold in the United States to back the U.S. dollar? Who is it that's confiscating the gold? The same ones that want you to put your trust in it. They want you to be their slave. And so what they do is they tell you they're building you a life of freedom and happiness, offering you the American dream, when really they're leading you into a trap. That's the kind of individuals that the Rothschilds family and all those other families that work with them, the Rockefellers, Fabians, there's many others. And then all your billionaires and all your millionaires that are working with them, all your Hollywood celebrities, all the ones that are getting on board, that are playing ball with them. They are leading you and I. They're trying to. By God's grace, they're not going to lead me. But that's what the internet's all about. It's a net. It's a web. Are you listening? And they're the spider. They are the spider. They are the ones that are the spider, and they consider you and I cannon fodder or spider food. That's right, spider food. And they are diligently preparing the web. That's right. So when they offer you liberty, they offer you freedom, they offer you the American dream, don't believe it. We'll keep you safe, just give us your guns. We'll keep you safe, just give us your rights. Give us your liberty.